Oh, I'm gonna have to go through my really boring story again. Sorry.
Right, recording.
Right, you're going to have to start recording from now, blood.
I've already done it. Have you got any of that or not?
Nothing.
All gone.
All gone.
Right, so welcome everyone. Amy, go on quickly.
Hello and welcome to Monday Club.
Right, so we've just been on the call for like 20 minutes and the man below me on my screen, the fat greasy one, his data's just run out. So all the intro and everything we've just done, which was probably the best we've ever done. Wouldn't you agree, Mark and Amy?
I think it probably was. It was gold.
So let's start again. Mark, how's your week been? What have you been up to?
It's not been too bad, thanks, Nick. I've been over in Wales, travelling around doing some emergency lighting upgrades and commissioning. Sam gave me the tips on Cardiff's nightlife and scene, but it was all shut because of COVID, nothing to do. I almost starved. And otherwise, Matthew's cracking on with the domestic installs, so he's busy with all that. Moaning like he usually does. He wants to be back on commercial work, if he's totally honest, but he's getting on with it, doing a good job. And yeah, just carrying on with general electrical installation work. Really, really busy now up to the end of the year. It's gone nuts. I don't know if you're all finding that as well.
Yeah.
So, everything seems to have kicked off all at once, which is typical when everyone's trying to wind down for the year end, isn't it? But
I know.
Yeah,
I'd
just
say,
generally get on with that.
Just quickly on that, Mark. Something I found quite interesting is my switch from doing commercial work to mostly I'm not domestic, still kind of commercial. So for the last year before this, I was doing hotel rooms, which is essentially Twin and Earth. And now I've been doing new build student accommodation, which is essentially one-room flats. And I've found it quite a rough transition to go from commercial to domestic. You've really got to want to do domestic, haven't you?
Yeah, you certainly have at this one. Matthew's on this week because it's occupied domestic, and let's just say they've got quite a lot of stuff. It was one we took on. I put a picture on Instagram actually of the main consumer unit. It's not in the best of health. It's an urgent rewire for a customer who is suffers mental health problems, shall we say. So we took it on to try and get it done before Christmas, and he's jumped in at the deep end. He's taking it on. He'll do a cracking job with it, but he's just complaining to me, not to the customer. He's great customer facing, great with everyone around him. He just whinges like a little girl to me about everything. That's fine.
Amy, do you take offence to that?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was going to ask.
He's whining like a little Amy, basically.
Yeah, well, I live with a little girl who's 4 years old, and she whines like hell. So he's whining like her specifically.
Mine too. You're doing a lot of stuff with YouTuber Matt at the moment. So I was watching the little podcast you did with him the other day, and then doing the lights in the kitchen. How's he liking to it? Because obviously it's different for me that I chose to do it and whatnot. And it'd be different if my dad decided to stick a camera in my face and start recording me. How's he taking it?
Yeah, he's had a bit of resistance to it, to be honest. But I was the same as him not too long ago. It was only really getting involved with the guys at EGTE that pushed me out a bit more. And I was forever watching everybody else's content, like yours, Nick, and other people who are on YouTube. And you'd have opinions on stuff you saw, good and bad. And I just thought, rather than talking about everyone else, let's put your own work out there for other people to see. And that's the aim of it, really. Just putting my work out there as well, and Matthew's, because he's better than me, let's be honest.
It's a great way to learn, and it's a great way to get critiqued, but as long as it's done in the nice way, which we all know that doesn't always happen. I've learned so much from it, but I know Amy's learned a lot from watching my videos. So Amy, how's your week been? Go on, what you've been doing?
Nothing exciting really. I've spent a couple of days doing some nice fancy lighting in a house, which was I actually enjoyed just being inside for 2 days.
And in the warm.
In the warm. So that was okay. Saturday was really good because I finished one of my own jobs that I've been on. It's been going on for a little while. It was a kitchen rewire, but ended up needing a board change. You might have seen my photo on Instagram.
You got your man in, Ricky?
Yeah, Ricky came to help me because I needed to get it finished Saturday and had so many other bits still left to do. So he was brilliant. He cracked on with the board change for me, and I was so grateful because it was a horrible, horrible one. It was a real mess, but he got it looking great. I don't know if you saw the photo. It was such an improvement.
Nice and neat.
I'm
Yeah,
installing a board tomorrow.
The customers were chuffed. You're doing a what?
I'm doing boards from now on. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
on the second fix. So I'm installing a Hager board. Never done one
Three-phase?
before. No, it's for the student accommodation rooms.
All right, what's the RCBA boards?
I ain't even looked. No, I don't think they. I think they're split load. You know. Yeah,
Right.
they are split load. I've actually got a picture here.
Well-
got a picture. Because
Are you going to share? Are you going to share a picture of your completed
Yeah.
consume unit
you know
installs?
what? Yeah, I will.
Do
Mate,
it.
You
Yeah.
know, the last time I done a board was so long ago. So it's one of these boards. See if I can show you. See that? No, that's going to keep turning like a little.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, is surge protection or no surge?
No surge protection. You mad, you know? One of them ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, standard. Yeah. Oh, it's surge protection, mate.
It's
Oh,
got a
yeah.
surge in there.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
Decent.
I've never actually fitted a surge RC Hager one. Mine's always been obviously fuse box ones, but
Now, have
Time
I
will
got this
tell.
right? If I
Hager
take a
ones are
picture
good.
if I take a picture of me in front of it and do #Hager Gang, do I get a free Hager Gang T-shirt?
yeah,
You do?
Doing it.
I don't know if they do it that big though.
Oh, you walked into that one, to be fair, didn't you, Sam? Let's
That
be
was a
honest.
good one. It's about time
Thank you.
Nick stepped up. But Nick looks like he should be dating Avril Lavigne back in 2006. Look at him, skater boy.
Do you know? I said this, I was on the phone to Sam earlier. Adam's at college today, and I wanted to record some stuff. And I lent my mate my GoPro over the weekend. The Arab, the tattoo artist that worked with me on a few videos, he wanted to record some stuff because they're back at work. I said, yeah, sure. Thought nothing of it. Gave him a camera. He says, I've charged all your batteries up. No problem at all. Got to work today, and this is the lead with my SD card in that I left on my desk. So I got to work and couldn't record anything. I was like, I thought, I'll sod it. I'll do what Chris does. I'll CJR it. I'll get my phone out. And it was so weird for me to hold it. Obviously, wide angle lens on a GoPro. If you hold it like that, it looks like normally you're 4 meters back. And I was looking at myself and I thought, oh my God, I've got fat. Like, you know, when you're holding it wrong, I was like, gee. So I've not watched the footage back yet, but that video might not see the light of day. I was like, oh, Jesus. If I had a sweaty face, I'd look like Sam.
Well, I don't have a sweaty face, so suck it.
Anyway. Right, Sam, have you
What
got
have you been
anything
doing
other
this
than
week, Sam?
What have I been doing? Yeah, so we finished up the second fixing of, the first fixing. Now we're on the second fixing. It's pretty basic stuff. A couple of grid switches, but yeah, it's pretty basic. Standards, you know. What have you got?
So is it HMO, yeah?
I don't know what that means.
House of multiple occupancy.
Yes, that
Or
is
is it
exactly
flats?
what it is.
Yeah.
And if I think about it, so what you've got: lighting, fridge freezer circuit, kitchen ring, panel heater, cooker.
The showers will up.
towel
Cut all
rail.
off boilers, won't they? There won't be electric showers in there.
Towel rail, and just a couple of other circuits. Nothing really that interesting about them. Yeah, they're not that interesting. It's just a nice little job. There's no rush.
So he throws on your screens as well, yeah?
Yes, must be his data cutting out. Oh, well, it was boring anyway. He was talking nonsense as normal. We weren't
Yeah.
missing.
So,
Right, Mark, hot topic. Hit me and Amy.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking we should maybe discuss split load consumer units, specifically in the domestic market, I'm thinking.
Oh, it's good
Do
to
they
bounce off what
actually-
he's just said anyway.
It does really, doesn't it? Just do they actually comply with the regulations, because this has kind of bounced around a bit between the 16th edition through the 17th edition, and now the amendment change that might be coming, the wording on it is disappearing again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Well,
back.
I first found out about this when I very first started YouTube, so beginning of last year. I was driving past my auntie's house next town over, and an electrician was waving at me. I had absolutely no idea what the hell was going on. And obviously it was one of the first times that someone actually recognized my van, obviously no electrician. And then he messaged me, he said, "Oh, what do you think about split load boards?" He said, "My NIC assessor came out, obviously way before COVID, and said, oh, they don't comply anymore." And I brought this up at eFix, the live event. I went there and they had the NIC on the stage. So they knew who I was, and I knew I was with Naples. So as soon as I put their hand up, they all went, "Oh, fuck." And I asked the question. He pretty much just danced around the answer. There was no yes and no. But if you look in the regs, that there's no selectivity between circuits. Obviously, if it breaks, if it trips, you take half the house out, if not the entire house, depending if it's a main switch. So everyone's saying fit RCBO boards, but it's down to cost now. And a hell of a lot of people, in my opinion, are now fitting RCBO boards because of Fusebox and their price. Otherwise, I might still be doing it. I would probably still fit split load.
What are we talking about here? Because obviously my data run out fully this time. Just spent another $12.99. I've got a 60 gig data plan, and I've run it out this month. Drives me mad.
Well,
what was he talking about?
Mark was saying about the regulations on split load boards to RCBO boards. Are they?
Is this a hot topic?
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought we'd do it without you.
Because you won't know what we're on about anyway, so that's why.
Well, listen, I struggle. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, but I quite enjoy this subject. So from the top.
Yeah, so we were just saying, if a split load board complies with the intent of the regulations, because they have moved around a bit since the 16th edition. There's the new amendment coming out for DP2, and it's got the wording changed on that again. If you actually look in there, and whilst it's maybe not best practice to install them, I'm wondering if anyone has opinion on what the regulations let us do, what they stipulate we can do, because there is sort of variation between the different publications that are out there. So the on-site guide, the guidance note 1 selection and erection, and the wiring regulations.
So what is a general consensus at the moment?
In my eyes, from what I see, you're still allowed to fit them, but I've heard a lot of stuff that it's going to be going very soon.
And when you say, when you say it's going very soon, does that mean, say you've gone out and you've got a good deal on, say, 100 fuse boards, and you've got to sit in your garage, you best fit them quick?
Yeah, well, no, because you'll always get the time allowance of, let's say, 6 months to 12 months of allowance, like they did with the 18th edition with metal fuse boards. You will always get.
They're on about doing away with that, actually, Nick. They're on about stopping that. Yeah, so if you look at the amendment that they're on about bringing out, I think David Savory actually mentioned it on his video that he put out yesterday. That might not be.
Did you watch all of
it? Yeah, like 3/4 of it.
Yeah, it was a long video. It was good.
It was a good video. It was good.
When you watch Savo's videos, it's like
it's entering a different realm.
Yeah. It's like having the best tutor of all time.
Mm.
Like, he's literally the best tutor of all time. Could you imagine going to college and he was your tutor?
Thing is, and this is nothing against Dave, Adam never took to him to start with because of his age. Not Dave's age, but Adam's age. He just didn't get the humor. Yeah, well, this is it, isn't it? He didn't get the jokes. He didn't get the dryness of humor and the silly gags that in the video where he was saying about how much money it costs to run the AFDDs. It's like 660 odd cans a year or whatever, something like that. What was we saying about the computer parts in it? And he fell over, pretended to faint, and pissed himself. Like, I was absolutely howling at it. Like, the camera panned down on the floor, and he was lying there with a big wet patch on his crotch, and it was absolutely brilliant. But I know, like, some of the younger lads would look and go, "Well, that's just cringe as fuck." But Adam's warmed up to him, especially from meeting him. He's like, yeah, he is funny.
Savo's just a strange character. I've got a lot of time for him. I think he's awesome, but It's got,
Clever
definitely
guy.
got a screw loose.
He actually covered this about the split load boards in his video as well. He did mention it, which is a bit gutting because I talked about this about a week ago and he's just ruined it now, to be honest.
No, but
Yeah, I mean, in short, it does actually, you can install them obviously because people are still installing them. In the regulations, there's a note in there which says the provision of a split load board that looks after an RCD looks after a selection of circuits is allowable. But if you look in other parts of the regulations, so the selection and erection guidance note 1, there's actually comments in there about consideration for the users of a building. So if they're elderly or disabled, and if the loss of multiple circuits through one fault would cause increased danger, then that's a consideration as well, and it's up to the designer to make that decision. So it's not as black and white, and that's probably why you won't get a definitive answer from someone like the NIC or anyone like that, because it's up to the installer and designer to make that decision.
Which is, in my eyes, dangerous when it comes to shit like that, because you could just go to any old house and just go, oh, well, RCBO board, I'll cost you. Charge you more, or equally, someone that charges out a fortune and put a split load board in. You can't trust that every electrician has the best intentions, unfortunately.
But didn't Savo price up his board at 1,300 quid? And that's cost.
That was cheap. That was cheap.
That was cheap because he retrofitted his old one. If he'd have bought a metal board and everything, it would have cost way more. And he got a bit of a discount.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So probably all in, you're probably
that's 1,700.
£2,000.
Yeah, 1,700 to £2,000. He said, wasn't it?
Oh.
That's mental for a replacement fuse board.
It would knock the market out. And I probably wouldn't even be able to fit one a year, and I think it would just ruin people getting extensions or anything like that. Because obviously, if you have an extension house or multiple circuits, new ones or being changed. With old boards, especially the ones that I do all the time, you're going to have to upgrade the board. If not, you would end up having a second DB, which would just it's just be pointless. Have you heard much of it, Amy, or not? The AFDD stuff?
No, not really. With my own stuff, I've only done a few board changes. I don't really, with my company, I don't really get involved with, like generally the boss discusses it with the customer, gets the materials, gives it to us, and we fit it. But we're mainly fitting split load RCD boards. We don't.
That's just cost, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't think of a single board that we've done that's been all RCBOs. I think we always. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's RCBOs have been about for a long time. That was about when I was doing my apprenticeship, and we was fitting them back then. I don't really understand why it's not really moved on in the last 12, 15 years. It's mental.
Well, I saw something called earlier. Did you watch Residual Current on Instagram? He fitted a three-phase board, or was retrofitting or changing some stuff, and there's some breakers, some MCBs that had a little clip. So you detach some bits off it and you can slide onto a neutral fly lead and it makes it into an RCBO. I was like, that is really cool.
Oh yes, I fitted them before. They use that a lot on your three-phase boards, and it's just like an attachment that goes on the top of it.
Yeah,
and you can.
I've never seen it before.
I've never seen that.
I haven't seen that either,
you wouldn't. I mean, your house bashers, you're like the lower form of electrician. I don't know what to say. Only joking. No, but listen, shout out to RCD. I call him, or Residual Current, but Mike, his name is. Big shout out to him and loadout.com. Go and check him out. That's not a paid sponsor. That is just.
He's a nice guy and he's good stuff.
He does good stuff. He's a young lad with a bright future, man. He's powerful guy.
He's younger than me.
Well, it's not hard. Listen, your young card is running out.
I know, it's going, isn't it?
It's going quick.
The wrinkles.
It's not even that, though. It's not even that. It's like, soon, you're going to have to stop with... Like,
you said this to me the other day. You're going to stop wearing a Batman hat because you're going to look cringe as fuck soon. That's what he said the other day.
So close. Like, you can't be rocking a Batman hat at 30.
All right, hang on. Oh, that's my old one.
I bet that one stinks. See, I can get on board with that, but you still can't wear it. It's like, could you imagine if I walked around with a Superman or a Batman?
This is reflective as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a nice thing to own. You can't wear it, bro.
I feel, am I old now?
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Yes.
Yes, I've got some.
Oh,
I've got some. That's
slippers.
all I wear.
Mine are
That's-
like fleece-lined Croc slippers.
Where
Oh,
did you
see,
get
they
that's
hurt my
another
feet.
level.
Oh my god,
Crockware.
the best shop ever. You know Aldi. You know the aisles in the middle that sell like the most random crap.
Yeah.
Literally, I think there was like a MIG welder, scuba diving
Yes,
suit,
that's
and
right.
then Croc slippers. I was like, get in.
That's the
They're
problem
the
with
best
mine,
things
though.
in the
but
world.
How big mine are? Because I've got a size 13 feet.
Oh my,
They
mine are
lit-
4.
They're literally like they don't even fit in the shoe rack. I have to keep them in my office.
Do you know what though? What is better than Crocs just for mooching about? Listen, I went to the shops the other day.
Mint.
I don't leave the house
Yeah.
in them.
I've
But-
done it twice now by accident.
Listen, people try and make out that sliders with socks is like a bit fashionable
Oh, get a grip.
I don't like
And comfortable, but it's not. Listen, you can't beat Crocs for comfort and just I don't know, man.
Deadpool wears them. You know what I'm saying? How much more cooler do you need?
Mark,
Fact.
do you wear Crocs?
Nah, I don't. To be fair, my kids do, but I don't wear.
He
them.
wears sandals with socks, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
With shorts on.
He wears plimsolls
That's-
like the PE teacher that he is.
Oh, what's that? Was this?
Sliders.
You got socks on as well?
Right. No socks on. No socks.
Listen,
Yeah, well.
don't get your plimsolls in your PE t-shirt. Come
Yeah,
on,
go
please.
get your
Oh,
whistle.
Jesus.
Do some laps.
You get detention in a minute.
Yeah. Sam asked me about my new tool.
Nick, what new
Yeah?
tool have you got?
Oh, let me just get it. Hang on.
Oh my god.
Punching
Jesus.
That is a
That is a
dream.
monster.
Massive.
What is that for?
Shit,
though?
someone's having the face.
Like
This is
destroying
my.
asteroids
This is a
and
big phone.
meteorites?
The size of my phone. This is for opening portals into other dimensions. That's what this is for. I'm yet to find a use for it, and
Starting up a tank.
it's cool. Yeah, let's just put it at the end. It's the SDS. It's not SDS Plus because SDS Plus is just the ones we normally use. What is it? Just SDS, the thicker ones, the
I don't
thicker
know what you
ends.
call them. But that's a
But
monster,
anyway,
isn't it?
it's one of them. So I'm going to do it on a video at some point, but I just need to figure out what I need to break. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what?
Concrete drive.
Yeah, like a flats.
You know when you're using a drill and it gets caught and then it spins your wrist around like that.
Oh yeah, I'd be dead.
That'd take your arm off.
My head's
That
gone.
would
Yep.
literally take your arm off. Would be awful.
That body slam you. Just pick you up. And
I might just do a stupid video, make some cakes because there's like a whisk chisel attachment. I just see me in the garden.
You know what you want to do is drill into like a big bit of concrete and then see if you can stand on it and spin yourself round.
Yeah, I get Adam to do it,
Yes.
and I'll record just in case. This is the face we don't want to damage. So
It does show how far battery tools have come, though, doesn't it? You don't need mains power tools anymore for anything.
well, this is the 18 volt, but it comes with 12 amp batteries. But I've left all the batteries in the van, so I took them to work with me. But it's got like proper settings, temperature setting, connects to your phone. Then it goes to like soft, auto, and comfort mode, where like different coring or you chiseling or anything like that. I was like, that's
Listen.
cool.
Boring. I have got an interesting fact about batteries and power tools.
If you lick them, they hurt. Yeah, nice one. Sam.
Nope, incorrect.
Dump your car with
so,
them.
You know, no. You know, the Walt do. Is it the wait? hold on.
FlexiVolt.
Flex fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
54 volt.
54 volt. Yeah.
Why do you think they're 54 volt? Put two together, you've got 110 volts. Well, not really 108, but it's so some of the DeWalt kit, you know, like the chop saw and stuff, you can put two batteries in it. It's like
Yeah.
having a 110 chop saw.
No. They're not 54 volt batteries, Sam. The two 18 volts that slide in that equals 54, even though the maths doesn't add up. They're not. It's not a 54 volt battery.
Yes, it is. Dickhead.
Pretty sure it's not.
That's how I know you're dumb. It says 54.
Well, I don't
volt.
use shitty DeWalt stuff. That's why.
That's. Listen, I know you.
Doesn't-
Where do you get your DeWalt toys from? A cracker at Christmas? So they just fall out and you go, oh, that's really cool, a new toy. And I'll just throw it in the bin. I give my kids to play with.
No, do you know where I get them from? Your mum's house.
Brilliant.
Listen, dummy. This is it here. Look,
I so hope I'm right. Oh,
I think you are.
I am, I know.
Listen, all right.
Hang on, Sam, how's it go? Yeah. Go on.
You might. It does say 18 volt on it.
Yeah.
Why does it say 18 volt?
Doesn't it, like, I've seen them before where it says like 54 volt 6 amp hour, but then if it drops down to an 18 volt tool, you get 9 amp hours out of it.
Bro, it's £294 as well. Yeah, out of their minds.
Sam, do you know how much this was?
Yeah, I
that
do actually.
combined.
You
Go on,
told
then.
me the other day you couldn't. You phoned me. And go, oh, I'm so famous. I'm so famous.
I'm not going to rise to it. I'm not going to rise.
And then I went, "Did you get a free truck down?" And he goes, "Fuck you, man."
I didn't say that. I'd have to give this back though, unlike your truck, unfortunately. Do you know? I was looking at the other day. I drove past one of the Ford Raptors. Are they?
Oh, Raptor Ranger, come on.
And oh mate, I was looking and I Amazoned it and I Googled it and then I Auto Trader and then I found the one and I looked at my wife. I was like, "You're gonna look fit driving this."
He's like, "Don't try it."
No, she wants one, but it was 20 grand. So,
Do you know what's better than that? There's one called the Seeker.
have you seen the Velociraptor? Google
Seeker?
Velociraptor.
Oh, I'm gonna Google it now.
It's
but
the Raptor.
Isuzu do the
Sorry, go on.
Arctic, which is pretty sexy as well. Because as we know, I'm an Isuzu fanboy.
So I'm trying to get a picture of my phone as well.
Oh well, this doesn't make for good viewing.
All good listening.
Look at the wheels on that.
Yeah, no. Look up the Ranger Seeker. It's better.
Not as
You
nice
look
as
at the
my
range.
van, but it's all right.
Look up the Ranger Seeker. That looks like a bait head. Like, that is terrible. Look up the Ranger Seeker right now. All right, I'll do it.
Sorry.
But waste all your data, Sam. You'll get cut off.
Yeah.
All right, Amy.
Be awful if you disappeared again. Start calling you Neil.
Hey, bro. Come on, that is so much better. The Seeker.
Let's see
Look
it.
at that.
Oh, I
my
have to
God.
agree. That is something else.
And
Yeah.
they do one in Hulk green.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
my
But
God.
I just liked it because it's got the Ford badge that matches mine. So how could that look? The Ranger and my van next to each other on the drive that I don't have.
What your
cool.
your fake ST van? I mean your really nice transit van. What happened?
Sure, bike boy. Anyway,
Oh, listen, interesting update for anyone who gives a shit. Not many. My bike is nearly complete.
his motorbike, that is.
Huh?
Your motorbike, not the bike that fell off the back of the car on the motorway.
No. I had to buy a new one, didn't I? So I bought a new one from Facebook Marketplace.
I'd love to have seen that. I don't...
Driving along and it falls off the back and I'm going, oh, no, oh. Driving along and it's just bouncing and like cars are all swerving around it and stuff. No! And then, no, it didn't hit anyone. It just bounced it over into the farmer's field. And I went back the next day and found it. I was quite sad because it's my little mate.
How battered was it?
Do you know what? It was a really old GT mountain bike, and actually, it was really heavy. And the frame and the forks are fine. Everything else is just destroyed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But anyway, Amy, talking of crap vans, you come to mind.
You're so rude.
Why?
She delivered any letters recently?
My van is amazing. I love it.
Are you going to sign up to Royal Mail for the Christmas periods?
I have. That's why I've been working long days. I have to get my round in the morning before I go to my electrical jobs.
You know what? Talking about that, where I used to live, there was in Caterham, the Amazon girl that used to deliver, like drive the van and deliver. My God, she was banging. 10 out of 10.
There we go. Brilliant.
That's so random.
I thought he was going to say something interesting
I
about
know.
Amazon
Yeah.
delivery, but no.
Yeah.
Nah. Listen, I've got to keep it real. and I just used to be like, oh, I might just order something and see if she comes. Really?
So weird.
But my neighbour,
go on, carry on, sorry.
my neighbour across the way, he used to text me when she'd be, oh, she's here, and like any reason to go out to the bins. Yeah, busy.
It's so sad.
I've brought a little tool along. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Go on.
He said, isn't it?
Here we go.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
Brand new Milwaukee tech bag. So it's got a nice hard shell on the side there for all the millimeters.
Nice.
Sorry, I fell asleep
Inside.
with Milwaukee.
Inside, I've got this
TIS Pro.
TIS MFT Pro.
I might have one of them coming to me soon because I like them.
Awesome test set. So that's a really good bag, that one. Clips onto the old pack out trays as well. So if you've got a pack out system,
I feel
highly
like
recommend that tech bag.
I feel like I need to have a tool, really, but I've got a good one.
Let's see it.
This is called a leapfrog. It's a leapfrog, and what you do is you program it to say your kid's name and stuff. And
Is that your supervisor? Let's be honest.
Me and my friends, we like to do everything together. It's just
We've reached new lows.
You know, I don't know if I said this on this podcast or it's one that me and Sam had done before, but my daughter used to take all the toys out, stuff like that, and leave outside in the garden. And one night, in the middle of the night, midwife woke me up, was like, "This some shit's going down outside. I don't know what it is. Don't know if it's the cats." We could hear this like horrible, like screeching, like whining baby sound, and we were like, "Well, kids are all asleep." And it was, she took one of those teddies out, got soaking wet in the rain, and it was just going in the bottom of the garden. I was like, oh, we're all going to die. That was it.
stuff right there.
Terrifying. Yeah, Sam, I got these through recently. The TIS 859.
What say you?
We used it twice the other day, and 100% genuinely. I mean, I like the look of them, and I've wanted them for a while, but I didn't tell Adam it vibrates. Was it vibrates when you put it to test for dead? And he's just there, and he just goes, "Oh!" And that wasn't like got shocked.
We need a
I was
review.
wetting myself. I was all wetting myself. But no, the probes, the screw ends, the indicator, the light. I've not tried the RCD test yet or the ohms test. It's
Wait,
been a
what?
bit
RCD test?
Let's
Yeah,
test
what-
RCDs.
Which one is it?
Oh, right, mine's not focusing.
Oh.
Nice.
So yeah, this is the spare one I've got at home. I've got one at work. So next couple of weeks, I'm going to do some videos and put it in the background. It's actually on one next week, just literally very briefly, but wicked bit of kit. Comes with a nice little bag, and
What
just
do you prefer, that or the Bosch?
Bosch what?
Jewel.
What did I prefer? The tester
Yeah.
or
What's got you most excited?
tester?
That's
Um,
good you want to talk, and it would do.
Yeah, no, it's a cool piece of kit, and I do. What's one point after watching the videos after Mark was saying about the MFT Pro and the what's the difference between the Pro and the Eco?
I think the Eco is more just
Go on, Mike.
I said
MFT.
Mark.
Yeah, it's MFT. It's just MFT based, whereas the Pro does a little bit more. So it'll do your phase
Earth clamp meter
sequencing
as well.
and earth clamp meter, so earth leakage, and it has inbuilt storage, and you can put an SD card in it. Wi-Fi as well. I don't think the Eco has Wi-Fi, but don't quote me on that. 'Cause I haven't actually played around with one.
Yeah, I was telling Adam about it the other day because unfortunately my tester keeps messing up because I keep leaving it in the van overnight in the vault, and it's getting cold, and Megs do not do well in the cold. And I was telling him about the TIS Pro and showing him a few things. He was like, amazing, because he's just sick to death like I am. I mean, the video I've just done last week, which is coming out this week, and I was working at a customer's house from the village I'm from, and her son came in. He was like a bit older than me, he's like 36, and he watches us lot. Watches the podcast, he watches me, and he was talking to me for ages. He says, I've just bought a Fluke, and he goes, I 100% regret buying it. It's so complicated compared to a Mega or, you know, the MFT, the TIS one, because obviously it's buttons, it's dials, but I mean, I tried to use it and I could not figure the Fluke out for life of me.
I don't like the
Yeah.
Fluke. I think, especially when you're learning, it's really confusing.
It's
Yeah.
super confusing. The company I was working on when they when I was doing my apprenticeship, they only had Fluke, and I was baffled. It actually put me off a little bit.
Yeah.
And what's-
There's the best thing with the old Megas is there was 2 dials, like Adam's got the 1502, I think it is. Perfect tester, fantastic. Then I went to the 1711, and even I was like, it took me a while to get used to this. And then there's like the 1742, whatever it is, and it's now got brown dials. I'm like, I have no idea.
But Mark, what is that? What's the TIS like to use?
I love using the TIS, and Steve Hayes from TIS has put a video out on YouTube quite recently reviewing that themselves. So anyone who does want to have a little watch of that, will tell a far better story of it than I could. But I use it a lot. It's great, touchscreen. You can have inbuilt storage. It'll link to your laptop. They have software with it as well to help with certificates and importing results. Highly recommend it. I use it for phase measurement and power factor measurements as well. Your earth fault leakage measurements, and again, David Savory did that for his little test with the AFDDs when he was trying to see what they were consuming. He used his TIS Pro with the earth clamp attachment. So just a little bit more than just a standard MFT, and for similar sort of money as what you pay anyway.
I'm quite excited about that actually, because like I said last week, I'm going to be doing. Was it last week? Week before? I'm going to be doing a bit of testing on this job. They're going to let me test my flats when I'm finished and stuff like that, do the results for everyone. I'm really excited about that. So I've actually got one of those on order. I've got the Eco. I don't really need all the bells and whistles on it. And so I'm really excited to throw myself into a bit of testing. I'm very honest about testing. I can work it out. It's been a while since I've done it. Actually, well, I tested the lights at the a while ago when I did that private job. That was really good. But it's a different ball game when you're testing flats. There's lots to look for, and all kinds of little considerations you have to take into place. So this is going to be a bit of it's going to be
It's just practice and repetitiveness. That's all it is.
Well, I've got 25 to do, so I'm laughing.
Yeah. What about you, Amy? Do you do much testing?
No, I really want to do more, because with the company I'm with, it could be months between. We do like EICRs, but it could be like months between doing the next one. And I think with testing, if you need to do it quite frequently to really sort of solidify, what you're doing. I make notes all the time, and then I come back and look at it, and I think, what the hell's that? I forget it. I'm terrible. But
this is the best thing about the YouTube stuff. Even if you like just record it, I don't mean YouTube in general, but if you're not doing it regularly, is just set your phone up, your camera up, and just go through the tests out loud while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Which I've tried to get with Adam to a few times, but then I've just pushed Adam towards if I'm testing something, obviously we do things all different ways. I just say to go over to GSH Electrical, like look at their YouTube channel, like everything is step-by-step guide of how to do it all perfectly. And he did check quite a few out. So Gaz is utterly like smashed that. He's just hit 50k subscribers as well at the weekend.
Deserves it as well, because that is amongst the greatest library. I always say it. That's the greatest library for electricians learning up to electrician level. And then if you want to go delve deeper and get real technical, then you've got the Sparky Ninja library, which again, unbelievable.
There's nothing better. There's nothing better from them too. There's nothing else out there that you could learn from.
Yeah, like you've got every resource in the world. There is actually no excuse anymore to be like me. There's no excuse. You can literally go on there and learn anything you want. Like you can be learner level right the way up to expert level if you just follow their YouTube channels. It's an amazing service that they've put out there.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah. 100%.
Probably the most important libraries for the electrical industry ever.
Yeah, go that far, yeah. And then there's me. I'm joking. Before Sam.
Oh, how many downloads have you got this week, Nick? Not bad.
We don't call it downloads, mate.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not down with the kids.
Oh, wow. Wow. Sorry, my iPad's getting crazy. Oh, by the way, can we talk about other podcasts or not?
Yeah, what, yours?
And yours, yeah.
We've got loads of podcasts coming out. Boom, 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 boom,
everywhere.
So Nick, let's talk about yours. Sparks fly.
Yeah, Sparks Fly. I'm recording in 2 days. So I've got residual current on. I've got Mikey. We've been on the phone recently.
Done that already.
Well, I did already. Yeah. Well, talking from an old man's point of view. What did you ask him what his favourite food was? Nice one. That's original. Anyway. How do you like your steak?
No,
Brilliant.
do you know what we did? We had a conversation about no, I'm not going to say it. Anyway, no, listen, Mikey. So you got Mikey on?
Yeah, really nice guy. I've got a few people clued up. So top of my head, CGR. Dave wants to say that.
With residual current, or RCD as I like to call him. He was a standout guest for me for Fat Sounds Grand Slam. Actually, him and Nige were the standout
Nige is a legend. Yeah.
What? And like, so I was talking to driving along, and I'm talking to Mike, and I'm like, "You prick! But how you can be this good at 24, whatever you are? You're pissing me off." He's brilliant. He's brilliant, and like he's drive and he's smart and reserved. Don't get caught up in any nonsense online. He's just a proper gentleman. That I'm looking forward to listening to that podcast. Yeah,
I've written loads of lists down. Obviously, for me, you've always hosted stuff, and I've just sort of been a part of it. So physically starting from thing is, if there's a video and I'm walking around and you can take your eye off stuff and show things, it's fine. But sat in front of a camera is completely different to being walking around with, which Mark probably agree as well. It's a different dynamic of it. So to keep the audience attention on yourself is different to when you could just go, oh, this is a new tool, and you just put it in the camera and people just ignore you for a minute, and you could edit stuff out. But obviously this is going to be different. So to try and keep things flowing, think it interesting, ask questions that we haven't asked before, delve a bit deeper to the people. That's the purpose that I want to do it. You know, each person I'm going to be getting on, I have a rapport with, like I've spoken to outside of electrical industry. So hopefully it could work, and I'm going to give it a shot. I've got a few guests on. What about you?
So for me, I'm doing a new podcast called Short Circuit. I'm not sure whether it's going to be on EGTE or it's going to be a whole new thing. It's not necessarily about the electrical industry. The first 4 guests are from the electrical industry. They're already recorded and already done and dusted. Some amazing conversations. I had a 3-hour conversation with Matt from Thomas and Burke on Instagram. A 3-hour conversation. It won't.
Hosting the best podcast there has ever been with the biggest star in the electrical industry this Wednesday. And who's coming on that one? Mr. Sam himself. He's going to come on and chat with Apprentice Apprentice 1-to-1, the support he's given to that, and I've got a few other guests as well. So this is just a little mini series of podcasts. It's not a long-term thing, just a little chat with people about the apprenticeship system. And Gary's coming on. So Gary Hayes has agreed to come on.
Sweet.
A few other people as well who've helped out with Apprentice 1-to-1 from the start. It's going to be like 8 episodes, but I'm looking forward to grilling Sam. I'm not sure if anyone's actually interviewed you as such before, so I've got some probing questions. I'm excited about it.
Ooh.
I haven't been interviewed. I really don't think I'm that interesting. I have been on the receiving end of questions, but no, I'm really excited, Mark. I'm pretty booked out this week. Jesus. I can't wait. I love it. I love doing podcasts. I love talking. I probably talk a little bit too much. I'll probably say a little too more things. But Amy.
Yes.
we've been working on something in the background, haven't we?
Go on.
Yes. I'm going to be doing my own series about females in trades.
Much
Not-
needed.
Sorry?
I really think it's needed. I really think you've
Yeah.
hit a sweet spot there.
I'm really excited about it, to be fair. But also, I'm going to be interviewing my brothers. So both of my brothers, I don't know if anybody knows this, but my older brother and my younger brother are both Sparks with their own companies. So I'm going to be interviewing both of them as well, separately, to get their view on females in trades, which will be interesting because there's no one that'll be more honest with you than your own brothers, I reckon.
That is true.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
So we got some mega content coming out.
There's a lot from all four of us.
It's brilliant,
People
though.
will be so sick of us.
No, do you know what? This is the great thing about modern media. Well, social media as it's known. You know, you can pick and choose every single bit of content that comes to you. You can pick and choose anything you want to learn about. For me, I'm dying to learn about females in the trade because I've got a daughter, same as everyone here. I've got a little daughter, and all I can think about is her future. I know I'm a bit older. I'm a bit of a late in life dad, and what I do is I'm constantly thinking about her future, what she's going to do, what are her options. I personally would like her to be a doctor, just because I think that's the greatest job in the world. And she's got my brains, so she's fully capable. Sorry, is there a problem here? And so, but talking about the options that women have nowadays, and it sounds really like chauvinistic what women have nowadays, but it's true. And you know, Amy, you're at the forefront of forging this new thing for women. Going out there, you're on the trades, you put yourself out there, you put your work out there.
And it's sometimes really difficult, and I think that's why women don't do it. I mean, I can think of loads of reasons why girls don't go into trades. So right from the very beginning, like I couldn't. Obviously, I was older when I went to college, but I couldn't imagine going to college and doing that when I was 16, 17, 18 because it's so intimidating. I was the only female there. You know, when you're younger, it's so much harder. You know, I would never have been confident enough to do it when I was younger. So it'd be interesting to talk to, you know, other females about their experiences right from the beginning, from starting college to now, like being on site and, you know, different things. But yeah, that's why I wanted to talk to my brothers because I don't have children, but they've both got a daughter each. So it'd be interesting to hear what they would say if their daughters came to them and said, you know, I want to work for you, Dad, or if Auntie Amy can do it, then I can do it, and see what they think of it. Because yeah, I think it's different.
Go on, Auntie Amy. Setting the trend. But you know what? No, I love it. I absolutely love it. But if we're honest, Amy, putting yourself out on social media has caused a lot of backlash. Won't go into specifics, but you have had a bit of a terrible time.
There's always drama, isn't there? In everything that you do in life, there's always going to be people that are negative about whatever you're doing. I found that just generally, you know, working like on jobs, not just on social media. Some of it's been really surprising because I always think that like the older generation would be sort of more negative towards females because they're a bit more traditional, old-fashioned. But I've actually found that any trouble I've had with people that've been about my age or a few years older, you know, sort of mid-30s to 40, you know, I don't know, they just seem really
sad.
I don't know if it's like some men feel intimidated by women wanting to do or being able to do the things that they can do. I don't know if it's like a macho thing where they just don't like it.
I'll be honest with you.
Don't know.
I've been on sites. I'm going to get some flack for this, but I'm going to be honest about it. I'm going to be honest. There was whenever there's a female site manager or something walking around, you know, it does get your back up when they start moaning at you about something, like put your hat on and that, and you're like, you know, I've had that negative opinion of people.
Why? Because you don't like a woman telling you what to do.
No, see, I like it. I used to.
Oh, you like-
I'm joking.
Yeah, but I found the same thing ages ago when I worked on site with the big council buildings, and I had some stiff in his shirt and tie and his vest and his hard hat walking around that's clean, trying to tell me what to do with health and safety. And I looked at him, fuck, do you know what this like? Honestly, it annoyed me so much. Whether it was a man or a woman, it wouldn't matter. The fact that they
Yeah, I
don't
think-
seem to have any common sense anyway, but because they've got a
that's right.
certificate, and it was just like, oh, go away. But
There was a point where I was like, I'm going to get so much flack for this, where I said, listen, women got no place on site. She don't even know how to read a drawing. But you know what? That was many years ago, when I was probably a lot more stupid. Hard to believe, I know. However, my opinions have changed, certainly since I've become a dad to a daughter. It does. I know, listen, I'm not the only geezer to have a daughter. Do you know what I mean? I know I go on about it a lot, but it has opened my mind to so many things and possibilities and stuff like that. And I try and look at things from a different perspective. And it's a funny old thing, isn't it? It is a funny old thing.
it's the catalyst that starts you off thinking about 100,000 other things that you never would have thought about before. I know.
Let me put this there. I bought Harper a tracker. Vodafone do a tracker. It's £2. No, it's £3 for 24 months, or £3 for, I don't know. It's £3 a month.
Yeah.
And she got a tracker, and she wears that tracker when we go out.
I know, we bought all the kids' smartwatches, so with the app, so we got it all on our phone. Not that they ever fucking wear them.
And you can set a perimeter. So like she like goes more than 5 feet away, beep, 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 get a text, no problem.
Even on your shit phone.
Yeah, actually, yeah. My Oppo 5G. But let me just show you something. Look, there's my little daughter in her little Santa Claus outfit. Let me show you something that makes this better than your phone. Right, for the viewers at home, watch this.
Oh, he's on about his camera.
Do it then.
That's not doing it, mate. You can't really tell. Everyone that's watching this or listening to this right now, Sam's holding his phone up, and if he clicks a button on the top of his phone, a camera actually pops out the top of his phone. Look.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just something else to go wrong.
How good is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is. That's the only reason I bought it.
That's fair.
But yeah, so I bought a tracker for Harper. So anyone thinking of stealing her, good luck with that.
Oh, they'll bring my daughter back. She's a pain in the arse. Straight away.
No. Listen, they would have her for about 3 minutes and be like, "This is not the one." You can only imagine. She's my daughter. She's annoying.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway, moving on swiftly. What is Amy? Do you have a hot topic for this week? You don't, so we'll move on.
I don't,
I
sorry.
feel like the rum has took effect. I'm completely out of rum. I went and restocked and smashed it out.
Lidl's finest rum again.
Yeah. Oh, tell everyone why you bought baby wipes the other day, mate.
You bought some baby wipes. What was that about?
I don't know. Sam, what did you buy baby wipes for, mate?
Everyone ready for Sam's poo story of the week?
Yeah. Poo time.
He told me it was chocolate spread. He was licking it off his fingers.
Hang on, let me just change the background to picture of poo.
Listen, so I have been restricting my calories. I'm not going to say diet. I'm going to say restricting my calories. So one of the things I've been drinking, I don't eat until about 1 o'clock. So at 1 o'clock, I have a nourishment drink. You know, I like them. They're decent. They've got all the good vitamins in it and all that. So I have a nourishment drink. There is a side effect to the nourishment drinks. And what that side effect is, it makes my farts outside of the circle of trust. Yeah. So I cannot trust my farts. They are, you know, they're untrustworthy things. And the other day I had an incident. Water wipes are the best. I had an incident, and so how deep do I go with this story? Do I tell
Just
it?
tell it. Just tell it how you told me on the phone, because I was lucky enough to call him just after this had happened. I think it was Thursday afternoon.
I'm
or
glad
Wednesday.
this is at the end of, like, towards the end of the podcast where most people have switched off by now.
Yeah.
We'll make this our last story then, yeah. Go out with a bang, yeah.
So this is what happened. So this is what happened, right? When you do a fart and it's brilliant, it's like got a lot of PSI, and it comes out and it feels good, and it's like proper fart. You're like, bam, done, good one, right? So I go again. So I have one of them, and I feel good. I'm like, yes, that was good. Anyway, about 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, here we are again. Bam, pull the trigger. Oh, like put some welly behind it. Oh shit, that is not a fart. I had to go to the toilet, realize that my underpants are beyond saving, and called for a medic. No one came, so I had to throw the pants away, go commando for the rest of the day. And that the next day I come to work and I thought, well, I'm gonna have a nourishment at 1 o'clock. By 1:10, it's getting a bit sore. Probably should invest in some baby wipes. Oh, voila, baby wipes.
There we go. I do think you should probably go to the doctors about your arsehole, to be honest.
No, I don't, man. I know it's a nourishment because you drink it. They're so delicious. You drink it, you feel good. Like you feel like you've got the good vitamins in you. And then you're like, whoa, what is going on there? I think it's one of the proponents of my weight loss is the fact that,
you're just pooing it all out, yeah.
The system.
It's fair. Pooing it and sweating it out, yeah.
I'm not very sweaty today. Look, even though I've had a couple
You must
of
have like the worst headaches all the time, no matter how like dehydrated you are.
Why am I dehydrated now?
Because you're always sweating.
Yeah, when people who sweat a lot get dehydrated.
Right, Amy, do you want to relax with your rosy red cheeks?
I know. Do you know what this is? Because it's so cold outside. I've been working outside all day, like freezing, and then when I come in the warm, my cheeks get really red. Looks terrible, doesn't it?
No.
Anyway, makes my teeth look white.
Does it?
Doesn't
Oh, it
matter.
does.
Some sort of miracle worker.
Mine look pretty white as well. Look. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sam.
mine are beige.
Sam's are like grey.
Sam's are
Oh,
the colours of fish
I
fingers.
didn't pay $2,000 for mine from Warner Brothers, did I?
My own teeth. I didn't buy new teeth.
All right, Bugs Bunny, relax.
Stop it. They're not like bunny.
Oh,
Right.
right.
Listen, Monday Club done for another week. We will be back next week with more interesting stories, not from my my rear. Mark, close us out, bro. Where do we find Apprentice 1-to-1 and all the good stuff that's coming out?
Apprentice 1-to-1 is apprentice1to1.co.uk on the website, or Instagram Apprentice 1-to-1, and the podcast has its own podcast channel on Podbean, and you can find it on any of your podcasting platforms. And check out for those episodes. They'll be coming out on a week all the way up to the new year.
Splendid.
And likewise with everyone else's podcast that's coming out, I'll stick a thing on YouTube, Instagram, linking to all that sort of stuff, so everyone will be able to be found. So yeah,
We're basically going to ride Nick's coattails to be famous.
you're welcome.
Amy, you want to direct anyone anywhere? Your OnlyFans page?
There we go. There we go.
No, I'm definitely not on OnlyFans.
I think Sam, you should set your own Instagram Instagram poo stories up, your own account.
Yeah.
Okay. EGTE, we're out.
Bye.
Bye.
Done. Right. What do I click here? Stop recording.
Stop recording.